Yeah, anyway, it's just like, it was a lot. And I'm realizing with that wave molecule, the most unset, the most unpleasant, hey, not just like just be nauseous. It's like a little something comes and puts itself on you and just drags you down. I could just feel it. Force. Regular blow up just even when it is like it's a little bit wetter, it's still like it's so choky. The dry heat is just not even a little dry heat. It's just the worst. It's the worst. And I said, it's crazy because it's not in the tone right. It's not even in the crazy, which is
Huh?
the
You
winter.
know what? I
It's
did
like
not
that.
press
That
record
has had me
because
at
I
my
was
lowest.
sitting
I
here
realized, yeah,
watching
it's been the noche.
Sharon.
It's been
I was going to make a video after I got through
consistent.
watching her. And I look up there and I see this orange thing on my phone. I said, oh my goodness, this thing is recording. I didn't push record, y'all. But now that I'm here, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Let me put her on pause because I gotta watch this. This is one of her videos that I didn't see. Yeah, I just got it. And let me tell you, what happened yesterday. I made a video yesterday. Some of you may have seen it, and some of you may not have seen it. But it didn't get copyrighted. Remember, if you watch the video, I went to the door. I told you I heard some music, and I went to the door. Not even half a second. And did you know YouTube told me that I could not get monetized, which I don't get monetized anyway, don't get me wrong. But it's a possibility that I could get monetized, if I get enough views. And they told me that it wasn't going to be copyrighted. You can't. And when I went to play that video back, I couldn't even really hear the music. And they came up with this long, I don't know if it's still on my phone or not, drawn out thing that they said about that, told me who that music was by and everything. I said, I don't believe it. People have played music on there. I don't know if it's their music that they are talking about. And even before, excuse me, y'all had excuse me because I'm just, waking up from the long winter's nap. But I have played music before. I remember I played a little bit of Run, Run, Rudolph by Chuck Berry one year. And I think they threatened a copyright or something like that, but they didn't copyright it because it was on YouTube. And so they let it by. Now, this video that I put out yesterday, they said that they wasn't going to copyright it, but I just wouldn't get monetized. That's what they did. That's what they said. And they told me I didn't have to take the video down. But I said, no, if I'm not going to get monetized, I'm taking the video down. First, I tried to find the part that they were talking about, which was right almost in the beginning of the video. But they wouldn't let me, what was it, trim it? I don't know what it was now, y'all, but I couldn't do it anyway. So I said, I'm just going to take the whole thing down. If I'm not going to get monetized, I don't need the video up there. And so I took it down. But I know some of you saw it because I think it was about 40 views on it already. But I took it down. And there was another incident I took a video down, but it wasn't because of YouTube. It was because of one of the comments that I had gotten. And I think I was saying something about it being the last days. And a person commented that they was going to come back to my channel again when I wasn't talking about, wasn't preaching or something about the last days and that they had cancer. I was like, what? That kind of bothered me. I think I was going to tell you about that incident before, but I never got around to tell you. But it bothered me because this person said they had cancer. I can't remember if it was the last stages of cancer or what the situation was, but it really made me feel bad because they referred to my video as, that they wasn't going to watch my video anymore because I had said something about it being the last days. And I think I didn't make a video for a while. I don't know if I ever really told y'all about that or not. But I took it down. It had nothing to do with YouTube or anything like that. It just had something to do with me, my own personal self, with my saying something that offended or made a person feel bad because they were already, sick or something like that. But like they say, you can't please everybody. I know that and I realize that. But it still made me feel bad and I took that particular video down as well. But I still got it in my what do you call it? My whatever. I still got it. It's available. And I might just put it back up there and just wipe that part out or whatever they were talking about out. So, now that I got that straight, that's why I took my video down yesterday, is because of YouTube. And another thing about YouTube, they seem like they're pushing everybody else, like big time YouTubers forward. And us little bitty YouTubers, we way down, we're not even hardly in the picture anymore. I used to get certain people in my feed, they automatically popped up, or something like that. But no, they got the big time ones up there. So if you ain't big time on YouTube, you ain't gonna be pushed forward, I don't think. Because this is what I'm seeing. That's what I'm definitely seeing. That's what they seem like that. It seem like they're doing. They're getting the ones that are bringing in the views. If you're getting a lot of views, you're getting like 20,000 views, or 10, even 1,000. As long as you get 1,000 views per video, I think you're okay. And 2,000, in the thousands, you okay because you're bringing in money for them as well. But when you're a little bitty, little YouTube like myself, you ain't bringing in no cash and you ain't bringing in no money for them. They're not, pushing you forward. That's the only thing I can see, because YouTube is a big difference in what's happening on YouTube. There's a lot of crime videos. I don't know. My daughter had said before, said they put in your feed what you be watching. I said, I don't be watching all that stuff. It just so happened that, you remember last week, I think it was, I was telling you that I was watching a whole lot of different stuff. I was watching birds being born, horses, llamas, and a whole lot of animal stuff, which I love animals. Don't get me wrong. I love watching animals. But I like to watch animals when I get ready to watch animals, not because they're pushing them or forcing them on me. And then there's a lot of crime videos coming up, like police videos, people being arrested, people, especially Walmart, the people that's stealing in Walmart. And then there was one that had the cash, forging checks and all this kind of stuff. I was like, oh, wow, what kind of person does YouTube think I am? And I want to watch, I ain't no criminal like that. I ain't no thief either. No, YouTube. You got me wrong. You got me in the wrong, and what they call it, algorithm? Whatever it is they call it. No, that ain't me, baby. But I do watch some of them if they pop up because, you want to know what's happening. Sometimes you want to know what's happening just by the title of a video, even though it's not your interest. But anyway, I just came up here to try to explain that to y'all about what happened in that video in case you're wondering what happened to the video. And I got a piece of peppermint in my mouth because I had a bad taste in my mouth. And today is my daughter's birthday. One of my daughters that passed is her birthday. She would have been 59 years old today. And my granddaughter, Meek Meek. Happy birthday, Meek Meek. I be making up, I be making up nicknames for my grandkids. I don't think they appreciate it, but I call them what I want to call them. Meek Meek, happy birthday. She the baby, she's the baby of her family, and I'm the baby of my family. She is how old is Meek Meek today? Meek Meek is 32. No, 33. Wait a minute. Make me 33. Wow, I'm getting old, and she's not my oldest. My oldest granddaughter, her birthday was the other day, and then okay, now that's three, so four birthdays so far. Mine and my daughters and two grandchildren so far in April. There's more to come, y'all. You already know. But like I said, I think March done took over the family because but it's a lot of cousins and um that cousins and nephew. I think it's niece and nephews that are born in March. Yeah, but on my grandkids and kids, it's well mostly my grandkids are born in April. Yeah. Well, y'all, you had a very wet weekend. I hope you found something that you were able to do. There's inside things that you can do. I don't know why I'm looking so dark over here. Wait a minute. There, is that better? I'm telling you, I have a problem with this phone. I gotta do something. But I'm a cheapskate, y'all. What can I tell you? I don't want to put the money out. I keep telling you that I'm gonna get a new phone. I mean, a new camera. I was gonna get the GoPro. Ooh, GoPros ain't all that cheap, y'all. Give me some suggestions. What kind of GoPro should I get? Do y'all know? What do you use? I ain't talking Canon and all them Nikon or whatever it is. I ain't talking none of that. I'm talking GoPro is supposed to be very popular, but I want one that I know that it's not going to be difficult for me to learn how to use. This is what I want. Or, like I said before, I may get an iPhone. I just have to. I just don't want to pay no $2,000 for no phone. I think most. I don't know about that. T-Mobile had advertisement about they will give you. You know what? I'm gonna check that out. If the weather, I don't know if they open on Sunday or not. I'm not sure. But if it's a good day tomorrow, if the sun is shining, and I got one right up in my neighborhood, a T-Mobile. That's where I paid my bill at before. So I could just ride up there and ask them about that. And if they do have that, or I'm going to see if I can ask them to switch this phone over here over from this phone. Because this phone, the one I'm recording on now, is not a good phone for me to I just don't like the way my picture, I don't like the way I look on the phone. And so if I can get them to switch switch the phones over, do the old switcheroo, you know what I'm saying? And without it costing me, they know how to take the thing out and put something else in there and get the SIM, whatever number is in there and all that, blah, blah. They know how to work that. But see, the thing is, this phone here, the only thing is, it does everything except I can't call out on it. Matter of fact, this phone was hacked before. Somebody hacked my number on it. Yeah, it took my number completely away from me. Some guy, I don't know what his name was, something Carbone. I forgot what his name was, and I didn't even realize until someone was calling me, and I called them or something like that, and they said this name is showing. They was telling me that number was calling, showing up every time. I called them or something. And so I used my house phone, and lo and behold, it's true that somebody hacked my phone. And it was I think it was it SafeLink? It was an Obama phone, Affordable Care Act phone. That's what I had in here, and somebody took it over. Yeah, took over the number. And I don't know how that is possible because you have to have the um, that number inside of the phone or something like that. But anyway, if it happened to me, it could happen to you, y'all. There's something about all these things being able to connect to one another. So, you are hackable. It's as simple as that. So they're saying get a VPN and all this blah, blah, get some kind of protection. before your information gets stolen. And when you got everything that you you're doing on the phone, especially if you're paying bills and stuff like that on the phone or on the computer, you're a candidate to be hacked. That's right, unless you get some kind of protection on there. I'm working on it. I said one thing at a time. Once I get this phone straightened out, and I can get out there in the good old summertime and just do some things like just go and get the bills, get the think situation about the phone corrected and everything. But this has been one rainy week right here. It's been raining except for that one day, I think, and that's the day that I had went to Walmart. I think it was Walmart. Well, I went to Aldi's and I went to Kohl's to take back that stuff from Amazon. Oh, by the way, Amazon, I had a problem with Amazon the other day. They claimed something was delivered because I had ordered some lip gloss from them, some more lip gloss. I'm trying to get a color. But this is the one I had bought from, well, you remember this. I bought this from Walgreens. And I went to get the, whatever that thing was it a CAT scan or something other? Yeah, CAT scan of my lungs. When I went to the doctor for that, and I had stopped at Walgreens and got that one. But then I look on Amazon and I said, I want this. I wanted that grape looking color, grape, sort of like a purplish looking color. But I don't want that light purple look, That to me looks clownish. I want it like this, but grape. We'll see. But they claimed they had delivered it yesterday. I said, no, you did not. And I had even asked my old girl over there, I said, where's my package? And she said, your package was delivered at 12 noon. I got on the horn with Amazon right away. I got a problem, Amazon. And so they said, well, it said it was delivered. I said, well, it wasn't delivered here. I said, on my order page, it says that it was delivered and was left in a secure place on my porch. And I looked, because I got folded up boxes on the porch. I said, maybe they left it in here, because it was a small package by itself. So easily it could get lost. And so I'm looking, I said, maybe they put it inside of these folded boxes since they said it was secure. And I went and looked. I looked out there a couple of times. I ain't seen no package yet from Amazon.